lie, that was hard in a way. But my God wouldn't wear that bummy do-rag. He had a part in the waves. Let's go! Take punches, how can I not go through them? Give a nigga a shot here for the hot one through you. Fuck you. I ain't starstruck. Quickly let these new niggas pay homage to you. It's time to eat. I'ma go noodles like a college student. Feel street. Do you believe?
Purchase your ticket to be in the building or catch it live on pay-per-view stream.
Salute. Good afternoon and happy Friday. Is my audio good? Because yesterday I was having some echo on my mic, or the day before people was telling me. Let me check the chat. Is my audio good? Let me know in the chat if my audio was good, y'all. Let me know in the chat if my audio was good. Okay, I see. Yeah, I see. Yes, sir. I see you good. It's cool. Audio good. Thumbs up. Shout out to the members, man. RBE member gang. When I see people in the chat and their name is green, I think that means that you a member. I'm learning the members thing right now. So I think that means that you a member. So, you know, we getting the members gang rolling at this point. I want to give a big salute and shout out to all the new RBE channel members. It's dope to see y'all subscribing or joining the channel's membership. Y'all are going to get exclusive. And well, I should say the exclusive content is going to be later on. But the early releases, y'all are going to get battle releases like the whole Max Out 3 event. You're going to get that release of the full edited version, you know, with new footage and all that. Y'all are going to get the full YouTube drops early. All right. So y'all going to get blogs early, all types of stuff. I'm going to get back to pre-recording some of my blogs, not because I obviously don't have a problem doing lives, right? I speak very well doing my blogs live. I don't trip up on my lives and say, you know, and I can't make a point, so to speak, right? Because I just speak from the mind and I speak from the heart. So I still want to make sure that the members, the RBE channel members, is still getting those early drops. So I think some lives, like even this one, if you catch it live, you in there. But I think immediately when the live is over, I think I'm going to set the live to private, let all of the members catch it, you know, for a second, and then I'll release it a day or two later for everybody else. I'm always going to hold down our subscribers. You're never going to miss anything on the channel. You know what I'm saying? If there is exclusive content, I'll make sure that I promote it. It'd probably be something that I'm paying for, like an exclusive battle or something like that. But that's later on down the line. We'll get there. I just want to salute the new RBE channel members, the member gang, you know what I'm saying, rocking out. I really appreciate y'all. The Hitman Holla versus Ill Will face-off is out. I was looking through the comments earlier today. I see a lot of people saying that it's one of their favorite face-offs. They say that they see the respect, but the back and forth was just dope. You know what I mean? I think it's dope to see two guys, you know, they both can get in their bag. You know what I'm saying? All pun intended. You know, where my bag at? I will pull out a bag, for example, in the face off. But to see them just simply play chess and get at each other, take shots at each other, tell stories about their come up and all that, but at the same time, you know, still be respectful enough, I think it's good. I think it's good for that to see. Shout out to the members once again. Joshua became a YouTube member. That's dope. Pretty Rosters a member. That's dope. Salute to y'all. And I think y'all got some early exclusive emojis. Like you got the ARP Thanos, you got the RBE logo emoji. There might be a Do You Believe, and there might be a brick by brick emoji too. But those are all the brick by brick and the Do You Believe emojis are going to be upgraded. Like I'm going to have somebody really create some wild shit for us. The Thanos ARP emoji is probably going to stay. Y'all could throw that emoji up as members if you feel like I'm talking some wild shit. Throw the Thanos emoji up. The RBE logo is just general use, man. Whenever you feel like y'all got to throw this up, I'm repping that member gang. Throw your RBE logo in there. So y'all going to get more exclusive emojis, shout outs from me. More members, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Gary. He's a YouTube member. He's an RBE channel member. Yeah, I'm saying, see y'all, man. Joshua, looks like you might be a member as well. That's dope. That's dope. So I got y'all. So yeah, keep checking out that face off. Drop fuck it. Who won the face off? Drop that comment in that video. I want to know who won the face off. I think tonight at 6 p.m. I think I got QB coming up. I think later on tonight, you might have Winged on the channel, maybe like 7:30, something like that. You might have Winged on the channel with some of the bricks and the up and coming folks that's on Max Out 3. So you might see like a Sino Savia, Zay. You might see like a K Venom. I don't know if Riggs is coming up with her yet, or XL and Riggs, they're not up and comers, they're vets. But you see what I'm saying? Like, those are the battles that Lawrence and Wing booked. Battles 7, 8, 9, and 10. They booked those battles. So I want Wayne and Lawrence to come on the channel and do those interviews. So yeah, y'all gonna see 2 more lives, I think, before the night is over. I'm gonna bring A Ward up. I'm gonna bring A Ward up either this weekend or maybe Monday. My initial plan was to leave Ill Will alone because I see that he's done a bunch of stuff. My plan was to leave Averb alone because we see him 5 times a day already. Didn't need to bring him up here with me. If I want to know what's going on with Averb today, I just go to his channel. I'll go to Spaces. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't need to bring Averb on. A Ward, I felt similar after seeing his live with Knowledge. I feel like the things that he said on his live with Knowledge, everybody is talking about. I said, I don't need to bother A Ward. Let him stay in the dungeon. Let him stay in the cave as he's coming up with his Max Out 3 prep. I felt the same way about Calico, even though I had goods up. I see Calico bouncing around. But me and A Ward was texting today, and I think I'm gonna bring A Ward on. I know y'all can't wait to see the Averb and the A Ward face off going down next Friday, September 1st. Bloggers, people that's in St. Louis that's really tapped in with RBE like that, shoot me a text message. I'll let you know where the face-offs is at, and you will be welcome. Don't just pull up just to pull up. We will have security at the face-offs. Your ass will be put out. It is a private establishment. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot going on. Getting so hyped towards seeing this, but y'all see the title. Okay, let's really. I left out the Y in the title. My bad, y'all. But let's really talk about K-Shine. The K-Shine topic. What he's going through as one of our vets, one of our GOATs, one of our greats. You could believe he's right. You could believe he's wrong. I'll tell you one thing that you can't believe. You better not believe that you guys know all the details. There's no way that you guys know all the details. I'm a behind the scenes person and I don't know all the details. There's probably 2 people, maybe 3 or 4 that you could speak to that know every single detail, right? Other than that, there has to be some speculation, all right? So when I blog, you have to assume that some of the things that I say are from being behind the scenes. And when I say being behind the scenes, that means that I'm getting exclusive information that's in the behind the scenes network. I could be speaking to other league owners. I could be speaking to other battle rappers. I could be speaking to bloggers, media. No different than how the bloggers have information that the general public doesn't have, right? I'm behind the scenes. I'm one of those guys. So I'm privy to a lot of shit. But then on top of that, I know all of RBE's information. So if RBE is included in any scenario in any way, I know that piece 100%. 100%. And today we're going to talk about a RBE piece to this K-Shine equation. Something that hasn't been said yet. Something that nobody knows yet because I never said anything and I don't think Shine did neither. Let me put out another disclaimer too. This ain't from K-Shine. K-Shine don't talk through nobody. K-Shine got something to say. Obviously, we're seeing he's going to pick up a camera or he's going to get on an outlet. He's going to speak himself, whether he gets on his own live, whether he goes on Hip Hop Is Real, whether he goes on 15 Minutes of Fame. I just finished watching the 15 Minutes of Fame shit with K-Shine. Shout out to Uncle Ra. Interview with him. Just came out. For those that want to check it out, go check it out. It's on the 15 Minutes of Fame channel. And watching some of that is just like more and more of this puzzle starts to make more and more sense to me. As far as like, why is one of our greats? Why is one of our we're gonna get towards another point I'm gonna make at the end about there's a lot of K-Shines, unfortunately. We just don't hear about it, but we'll get there towards the end. I want to speak about the timeline of this situation as I collected information that people keep putting out there, watching K-Shine's interviews, knowing certain things about other leagues and knowing things about what RBE had going on at different times, right? I'm going to speak on that. Of course, you could say allegedly, for whatever purposes, even though freedom of speech, I could be up here blogging and giving my opinion on things 24/7. Speaking about me giving my opinion on things, when Max Out 3 is over, don't get pissed off if you see me on this live fucking people over a mile a minute. If I owe you one, I'm coming to collect. Coming to collect. If I owe you one. If you see like another version of like Averb on the fucking RBE channel, just constantly, relentlessly, because I feel like after Max Out 3, I think I'm gonna really start making sure that I don't allow anything to slide fuck shit wise. And because I'm a league owner, there's a lot of things that I can't speak about, especially if it's tied to battle rappers that I do business with. I've lost that gating of myself. I've lost it. Where I would say, damn, I want to really speak about this person, but this person is tied to this person and that person I do business with. So, you know what? Because I'm a league owner, I got to make a lot of politically correct decisions. When I'm done with this big ass job of Max Out 3 and I could just chill out and just get back to just relaxing when I'm on camera, I don't feel like I'm in the middle of a big ass job. I'm going to be speaking on anything I want to speak on. I'm not going to be pulling no fucking punches because it's just going to be fuck niggas. And they all going to deserve it. So, but anyway, K-Shine. We've all in the public heard about K-Shine versus Daylight. I've never seen an announcement from URL or nothing like that. Have no clue of their involvement in that battle or that matchup because battlers promote battles in the public all the time. You know, they decide, sometimes they speak amongst each other and they decide to craft things up, go into the public. Let's argue, let's go back and forth. Let's see if a league picks it up, all different types of stuff. So anytime you see battlers going back and forth in the public, it doesn't mean that it's something that's booked. It doesn't mean that it's something that's in negotiation. It doesn't really mean that much until, put it this way, we all know nothing's official until a league comes out and announces it. When a league comes out and announces something public, that's when all the battle rap culture says, okay, it's official. Like you'll see a show off post Max Out 3, I'm rematching Briz. And some people be like, yo, that's dope. But it ain't official. I'm not gonna really go crazy yet until I see RBE announce it. Right. That's just the landscape of how things are formulated. When the league, the promoters, the payers, the contractors, and the people that write the contracts, when they come out and say this is what's going on, that's when the fans say, okay, we believe it. Right. That's how it goes. So I say all that to say we heard that Daylight and K-Shine want to battle each other. Right. I remember years ago having a conversation with K-Shine around that time. I remember during that call, K-Shine tells me, you know, because we're talking about opponents. One person that I was pushing for was K-Shine versus Big K. We was having that conversation. That's like 2-3 years ago, maybe, right? During that conversation, I asked him about Daylight because I'm a league owner. And I was just like, yo, I see Daylight. He gets on his YouTube channel every once in a while. He speaks on you because, you know, Daylight will do that. Daylight will troll you into a battle. You know what I'm saying? Daylight done trolled the Loaded Lux at times. There was times we thought the battle was booked, all types of, we thought the battle happened at one point. Daylight will troll your ass into a matchup. He's probably trolled Rum Nitty at times where, you know, maybe a couple of leagues were interested in that matchup. Daylight will troll your ass into a matchup, as he should. Talk yourself into battles. Don't wait for the leagues. Get out there and make it happen. And when the league comes with the bag, it's probably going to be bigger because you done cooked it up already. So when I seen Daylight speaking on people like Sean, as a league owner, I pay attention. And I asked Sean about it. He said, man, this is on the phone. I saw on everything. Sean's like, man, Daylight's playing. And I was like playing how? He was just like, I don't know what's up with him. Like he's just doing that Daylight shit. And the thing about Daylight is a good nigga. And when he's really locked into real business, he's no games as far as like the Daylight that I know as of like ever since I seen him really take things serious, be the first person in the venue and all that. I don't even really see him, do crazy antics in the public anymore. Probably because he's matured and he's continued to grow, and also he signed. I believe he signed to TDE and whatnot. So we've seen Daylight evolve a little bit more. He's still gonna troll you here and there, but we've seen him evolve. But we all know that it wasn't easy to believe everything that Daylight would tell you. So Sean was telling me on the phone, like, and he's playing or whatever, right? And then even, fast forward when you have Daylight versus King Los, prior to that, there was videos that Daylight was doing. He did some videos on 15 Minutes of Fame. He did some videos, even with me. People were like, yo, whatever happened to this matchup or whatever, and he was telling people that, salute ARP, will Froze be hosting the face-offs? Maybe. Opalaka, let me stay on track. Appreciate you, Opalaka 305. He had a personal family situation happening. You know what I'm saying? So we all heard that if Daylight and Sean was going to battle, it's going to be like maybe early that year, right? You don't know how much is true, how much is false. Could be rumors. Who knows? Yeah, a lot of rumors in battle rap too. Had nothing to do with me, none of my business. All I know is that when we locked in Daylight versus King Los, right, that was something that was being asked, and he was saying like, "Oh no, I canceled out of that. Like I don't fuck with that," because he was saying Sean lost the recent battle, yada yada yada. So there's a lot of weird stuff around that Sean and that Daylight situation. I know some of it, obviously, that I'm talking about right now, like conversations that I had with Sean around that time. Daylight knows pieces of it, Sean knows pieces of it, and they possibly have all different perspectives, but that situation is that situation. Who knows what's what with that, right? Fast forward. Max Out 2 comes around. We're fresh off of Max Out 1, right? Max Out 1 is trending all over the place. It's going crazy. The energy after the event is just through the roof. And I start negotiating for Max Out 2 right away. People ask for Max Outs and they forget we did Max Out back to back. We did one in like April and like one in July, like back to back Max Outs, right? That's around the time that I'm talking to Cassidy. People is also calling Cassidy like, oh, no. We're hearing rumors you might be battling Charlie Clips or Mook on RBE. Oh, no. And we had this story before on the channel plenty of times. That's how Cassidy and Freeway happened. You shot yourself in the foot because you was too worried about getting in front of what RBE had going on. Similar theme for the last 10 years, being worried about what RBE or another league got going on, right? And figuring out how to stop it. Ain't no different than other leagues too. You know what I'm saying? Organic will tell you stories. I don't know if he will still. And shout out to Organic because I know maybe he's being a little bit, cooler about the past. Miss Gracie will tell you about Shotgun Suge and Hitman Holla. I can tell you about a million stories. The list goes on. But common theme, we all know this shit, right? We all know how this shit goes. So here we are. The Cassidy thing goes a little left, right? I'm also talking to Hitman. I asked Hitman to come back and battle Calico. Hitman and Mook was in talks at the time too, but it ended up being Calico, right? The Hitman and Mook is a whole nother story. Ended up being Calico. At that point, I said, all right, I want to go for a big co-main event. This is Max Out, so we're following up this crazy energy that we just had. I'll follow up with a big co-main event. I had an idea. Hollow the Don versus K-Shine was my idea for the co-main event to Max Out 2. As Hitman. Even me and Hitman was talking. And I told him, I said, yo, you know, I think a good co-main event will be to this card. Because when I work with Hitman, like we kind of work as partners. I'm like, K-Shine versus Hollow. That's a good one. So I'm gonna give Sean a call. And I think Sean might even miss my call a couple times, and maybe even Hitman hit him and say, yo, ARP is trying to get in touch with you. I think at that point we was really trying to work on getting this shit situated. So me and Sean's talking. Sean's telling me, you know, he's got life stuff going on as far as I think he was moving around at the time, like changing, like I live here, but now moving over here, bought a new crib and all that type of stuff. And I offered Sean a very crazy deposit because I wanted that match as the co-main event to max out too. I offered him a real nice deposit, real nice bag, and he's worth it anyway. So I offered that to him. Sean says to me, give me a second, let me make a call, I'll call you back. I know what that means. And Sean wasn't hiding it. He was being stand up and he was being real. But he's moving how he wants to move, trying to make sure he takes care of himself, doesn't burn any bridges. It's no different than what I believe Av did, you know, when the contracts went out for Av versus Big K. It's no different than some of these battles where people start to hear things. You know what I'm saying? Or if whether you feel like you want to use an RBE opportunity to barter or to bid, or even if you just want to, you know, tap in because these are the people that you work with frequently. So you kind of want to get them a heads up, let them know, like, I got something going on. I'm gonna make sure that we don't got nothing going on. Are we good? Right. So I think that's what Sean did out of respect. Surf did that before too. You know, when me and Surf was cooking up him versus Math, Surf was like, give me a second, let me make some phone calls. Right. And when the other side tells him as an independent contractor, I don't want you to do that. That's what Surf says. All right, cool. I'm gonna listen to y'all. Take care of me though. And then Surf gets a multi-battle deal, which includes like Iron Solomon and a bunch of other people. A tactic to say, don't do that. We're gonna top it. Stay here. No different than Hollow the Don's contract that he put on Twitter when he was like, they paid me $27,000 or whatever to not battle Mook on RBE. Right. These are all facts. The battlers have put contracts out. They've already said this type of stuff. This history can't be erased. And it's not coincidence when a coincidence happens a million fucking times, right? Sean is no different in this scenario. Sean makes that call. Sean is telling people out of respect, yo, I just got a call. I don't even think he said my name in the call. I just got a call for X amount of, I'm about to bust this move. I'm just letting you know. And what I believe happened at that time, allegedly, what I believe happened is at that point, somebody said, yo, God forbid a big battle ends up on RBE. What else is new? Let me just give you some money to not do it. No different than Hollow the Don. No different than these other 20 people or 20 situations with RBE and 100 situations on other leagues. No different. Let me just give you this money. All right, just chill out. Just let me just give you this because I know that if you don't have that money that ARP is offering you, you're gonna do it. So I want to give it to you, and I just want you to chill the fuck out. I just don't want you to battle. No contract comes with that. No agreement comes with that. No terms come with that. And you want to know another tie-in to that? A tie-in was on that first live when K-Shine went live. He's wearing like the yellow and purple joint. Remember that when this first all started, he said, yo, I did what y'all asked. I didn't battle with y'all ops. That's the tie-in right there. That right there shows me the remaining piece of what I already knew was happening when I'm talking to K-Shine. Right? Same thing once again with all these other battlers. Same thing with Av or Hollow or whoever. These niggas don't be under no type of deal. It's just like, oh, no, wait. What they offering you? Let me give that to you, and then you don't do nothing. These niggas, everybody thinks this be like under a contract. It don't be under a contract. Sometimes people just panic and they just give away money to prevent something happening on Rare Breed Entertainment. Niggas is that worried about battles happening on Rare Breed Entertainment. It's not about a contract. Hollow the Don wasn't under contract when we were negotiating for him and Mook, and then he gets offered $20,000+ just to not battle. K-Shine wasn't under contract when he battled Jay Mills, and then after that I offered him this crazy ass deposit to battle Hollow the Don on RBE. Av wasn't under contract when he went back, and the next thing, blah, blah, blah. All of that shit is fraudulent. There's no it's not that. It's just a panic. And then I told you in a different blog, the mismanagement of other people's money. Now you would think like, who's gonna do that? That makes no sense. ARP, 20,000 for you and X amount for you and blah blah blah, just to not battle on RBE. It's okay when it's not your money. Yo, grab this from that. Maybe allegedly caffeine. Yo, Sean, sit down. Don't battle on RBE. Just take this. We're gonna figure something else out later. What do you mean we're gonna figure it out later? So when you have an exchange of money and it's like, yo, we'll just figure it out later, there's no terms. I don't, in real business, and I assume that league owners want to conduct real business, you don't give out any money until terms are set. That creates a big piece of confusion. And in some respect, where people even want to try to lean on that, stand on that, or sometimes even lie on that to say, this is why you owe me money. There should then be a contract to that then. There should then be terms to that then. If you give me money and say, yo, listen, I just want you to hold on to this. You know what I'm saying? Like just don't go outside today. You know what I'm saying? Just stay in the house. Here's $100. I take this $100. All right. And I did what you asked, just for me being sturdy. I don't go outside today. But then if I go outside tomorrow, should I be giving you your $100 back? No, you just said you didn't want me to go outside yesterday, and that's what I did. Hence, you did not see Hollow the Don versus K-Shine on Max Out 2. And that's why when K-Shine says in that live, he says, I did what y'all asked. I didn't battle with your ops. You see how this is all going full circle, people? I can't make this shit up. I say all the time, the pieces of the puzzle are there. You just got to put it together. The pieces of the puzzle are all there. And then imagine the pieces of the puzzle that I can't even say publicly. I'll still put like 75% of it out there for you. Put the rest together. But at that point, at least you start to see the truth of what the picture actually is showing you. At least at that point. Even if a couple pieces missing here, the corners ain't there, whatever, you still get to say like, oh, okay, I see the picture that's being formulated here. One thing that I take from K-Shine's recent 15 Minutes of Fame interview, and it ties into the joints that he did before he was heading towards the Jackboy battle. Do y'all remember when he was headed to that Jackboy battle? It's like he was in a car or something like that, and he goes live and he was like, yo, I ain't getting no flight booked. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just letting y'all know right now, it's not me. This is what Shine is trying to do in that video. If you have any common sense, he's trying to send out like a stress alert, stress signal. You know, that type of shit where it's just like, yo, blink twice if somebody's in the house type shit. Like the cops knock on the door and they be like, you okay? And you like, yeah, I'm fine. And they be like, yo, blink twice if you under stress. Right? Because what Shine says in that 15 Minutes of Fame interview, when he says, when you feel like you have all your eggs in one basket, but you feel like the workplace is still fucked up, you end up still doing shit that you really are not comfortable with, don't agree with, and you still try to maintain a relationship. Oh my God, that's gonna blend into so many battle rappers, feeling like they gotta put up with the fuck shit because of their financial situation. But anyway, so when he says that, all his eggs in that basket, so he's still dealing with that. In that live, he's still being reserved. He's still sending out the stress alert. Right? What Sean is trying to do in that live when he's headed to the airport, he's trying to show people like, I feel like I'm being set up. And if I don't make this flight, it's not my fault. Because I'm telling y'all, I literally don't, I'm K-Shine on the card and nobody booked my flight. And then when you do book it, it's to Wisconsin. Is Sean just making this shit up just for a storytelling book? It's not even to New York or wherever the card was. It's to Wisconsin. I remember hearing rumors that there wasn't a return flight neither. He was just sitting in that airport with his little baby and didn't even have a return flight. I remember hearing that rumor too. But let's just talk about getting to the venue. What's synonymous with that stress test? Yo, blink if something's going on. The fact that he prior had tweeted, "This will be my last battle on URL." Conspiracy theory? Coincidence? I tweet this will be my last battle on URL. I know that recently you was trying to battle Holler the Don on RBE. That's the only, even if Sean never said RBE, there's only one league around at that time that's going to put up that type of money for K Sean versus Holler the Don. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Right? RBE. K Sean puts in a respect call and says, yo, I just got offered XYZ for blah, blah. You know, it's probably RBE on the other side that's trying to book that battle. So niggas already know. Niggas already know. So then no flight for K Sean day before the battle. Then booked to Wisconsin. No return flight. Then if you're in K Sean's shoes, and I no disrespect to Jack Boy, I'm just saying, if you're in K Sean's shoes and then you get there and then your opponent gets sick, and then the platform is still saying that, oh, because the battle didn't happen, because you're looking at not just the Jack Boy getting sick, but you're looking at all these things leading up, including the million things that Sean's not even talking about. You're looking at all of this shit, and then that tweet of like, this is my last joint. And now all this looks like this big effort to not let me battle so that you feel like I still owe you a battle. Hence, I'm going to put your ass on that fucking shelf. I can keep doing cards for the next 2 years without you. But you want to know what I'm hell-bent on? Not necessarily you being on my stage, just you not being on that stage. That's how I felt about the Cortez and 40 Cal shit. That's why I felt that way. Adamant at that time. I was like, yo, like, shout out to Core. But I remember that call. I'm just like, yo, has niggas ever called you on three-way like that and offered you all this? No. You know that this is because of me? Now they're making you this offer? Yes. And yet I'm still going to get stabbed in the abdomen? It makes total sense. Sean ain't bullshitting. It's an attempt to just make sure that you don't battle somewhere. And he wouldn't be the first and he won't be the last. It's damn near more important that you don't battle somewhere else opposed to you battling here. How crazy is that? Coincidences aren't coincidences when it becomes your mantra, your motto, your history, your dealings, your consistent ways. It's not, this ain't no conspiracy. Sean ain't making this shit up. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Sean, the only reason why I feel like a lot of people is championing for Sean right now and they're getting behind Sean as he deserves. But I feel like the only reason why the whole full 1000% of the coach ain't behind him is because Sean is just still being a stand-up guy, not giving you every last detail. But the stress signal is there. And he's even giving out more now. He's even being more vocal. But the stress signal is there. So here's the shit that we heard about Summer Madness and recent shit. All right. We was hearing about, you know, when Briz saying shit like, Mook, you're going to have to battle me after I do this other nigga. People started hearing that was possibly going to be K Sean versus Briz. So Briz battles K Sean, a dot, etc. That Harlem, you know, configuration. And then after that, he battles Mook. So it makes sense for Briz. And we also heard rumors that, you know, word got to Sean. We'll set this up, but you just got to give us a public apology, right? Battle doesn't happen. Sean says, public apology. You know what you could do with that? You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's more about public perception. And this is what really separates people that are being real versus people that just focus on the perception of marketing 24/7. I just need the fans to believe this, whether it's true or not. That's my goal. I just want you to believe that this person is a liar, or this person is a bad person, or this league sucks, or this battle doesn't count. That's all I care about. I know it counts. I know it's a big deal. I know I'm doing all of this shit to counter it. So I obviously know that's not the truth, but I just want the sheep of the world to believe this. I just want the sheep to follow stupidly, ignorantly, just on mute and just follow my path. And I'm just going to do all these things along the way to just control and contain as much of this perception as possible. Right. But that whole thing about publicly apologize. It's like every once in a while you cross the paths with somebody where it's like, nah, you got the right one. That's just not gonna be Sean. You're not gonna disrespect Sean 100 times over and then ask him for perception to go publicly apologize. And here's another reason why I feel like Sean would never do that. And I can see now why he's not on Summer Madness. That first live where he was blacking out on shit, you know what I heard? I heard that wasn't just a live where just Sean just decided to cut on the phone and just start talking his shit like, yo, let me go, free Sean, blah, blah, blah. They trying to say I owed it, blah, blah, blah. It didn't start there. From what I heard, it started with one of the owners and Sean going back and forth, talking shit to each other, cursing at each other, saying disrespectful shit to each other, taunting each other, provoking each other, right? I know some of those interviews later on that night, motherfuckers get on camera and be like, I have no clue what you're talking about. I didn't see it yet, but it's a fucking lie. There's proof out there that that's a lie. It's a small industry. A lot of shit goes around. That was a lie. Compulsive lie from the compulsive liar. So it was a lie. It was a lie. 100%. 100%. And birds of a feather flock together. Don't ever think that that's not the case in this world. Birds of a feather flock together. Right. But one thing in that live that caught me is a part where Sean says, yo, I had to do Christmas for my kids out the mud. Y'all watch that live and just focused on the part where he's snapping on URL, the controversy, let me free Sean, blah, blah, blah. That one part right there is deep. You can't get over on anybody when it comes to their children. People's children, people's parents, those tend to be like the top areas of code red. I see red, I tunnel vision, blackout, do anything, get hit by a car, all of that shit. All of that when you're talking about, for Sean to have that emotional moment and say that, I did Christmas out the mud for my kids. That means that, like he said in the 15 Minutes of Fame shit, connect the pieces of the puzzle. When he says, all my eggs was in a basket, so I was putting up with shit in the workplace. So if all his eggs is in that basket, right? What's the basket? How I'm making my money. That's the basket. And then when Christmas time comes around, I got to look at these little ones in front of me running around the house happy because they here with their mommy and their daddy. And I got to make sure that under that tree, there's nothing but smiles and laughs. And it's emotional for me to say it. I could just imagine for a father to live it. Fast forward, ask him to apologize for public politics. You know what Sean is going to tell you? He's going to tell you something. Sean is one of 100+ battle rappers. He's just amongst a rare breed of people who ain't going. That's really all this comes down to. There's so many Seans in battle rap. Niggas that are just going, my eggs are in this basket, so I'm just going to shut up. Or sometimes the people just finally get to their breaking points, and then you'll have like, you know, certain people that just say, fuck it, fuck you, or whatever, right? Even people that jump out the window, they'll get back in the whip, you know what I'm saying? Not because they wanted to, because they had to. Like when I see certain people that took public stances and they end up back over there, and I watch some of their interviews and they co-signing the company, I'm like, oh, they asked you as well to clean it up publicly, huh? You conformed, you did it. You did it. Because I know behind the scenes what you're telling me, or what you're telling other league owners that you're trying to battle on. So I'm just like, damn. There is no standing on morals and principles in this shit. And probably in business, it's like rare anyway. It's hard to win when you're trying to walk a certain line and everybody else is willing to do anything to book a battle or to get some shine or to make $1. When you're in that type of arena, you're the oddball. Your job is hard. You're the minority. Shine is one of few. Like you might see an ARP or Easy or Shine. You might think that, oh, now they have their own certain situation. Now they just a few people that didn't tuck their fucking nuts. Sean is a rare breed. Don't be surprised if you never see Sean back on URL. I think he's like one of the few people that would say something, go through something that is that fucking emotional to the point where I could say, yo, I had to do Christmas out the mud for my kids. I don't think that the Seans of the world double back on that. They just don't. Just imagine me, right? I'll give you some real shit for a second. I've never said this before on camera. Like if somebody had a nerve to be like, yo, ARP, you know, you apologized to Black Ice Cartel. You took accountability for that in a recent blog. You talked about we seen it ourselves when Swave came on your channel during the promo run of the last call. You took accountability for putting his name, saying his name in a situation where you didn't have to. You took accountability for that. Did you ever take accountability for the MBS shit? I answer that like this. I say, number one, only if the public knew that there's a high probability that that story, that situation is 1000% true, but there's a certain legal reason why some of that information just can't come into the public. Allegedly. And then on top of that, you don't do what you did to me behind the scenes and then say, like, if you want to battle Briz, I'm speaking metaphorically now, stay with the parallel. Just apologize and I got you. Apologize for what? Because you have a scripted fucking interview on Champion, a rehearsed Champion interview. You've been sabotaging thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from my company over 10 years. And now because you think you got this person in a corner, you want to ask that guy that you've been fucking over for years to apologize for this one occurrence that you feel like just can't be proven in the public? That makes sense to a spineless idiot. A sucker, it makes sense to. But there's just a lot of suckers in battle rap. Sean just isn't one of them. That's the problem. That's why you don't see Sean on Summer Madness. It's not a business thing. I think the business is actually fucked up. No different than why you saw Hollow backing him, because you're like, oh, I know they did the same shit to me. Happens to a lot of battlers. They're just like this. Sean just happens to be somebody that's not going. Far and few, unfortunately.